Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Exhuma movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. The story begins with us learning that Pat, a big American businessman's son, is sick. The disease is also such that about which doctors also failed to find out. After all avenues were closed, this child, shamans were called from Korea for the treatment of those people who live in this world. You can talk to them in person. Problems of people in this connected world can be solved by saying that the world to meet and fight with invisible things, and it is their job to control them. Meet Shem Haram, who is his assistant, came to treat this child with. Although the child's wax was filled with all these things, didn't have the same salary, but now they don't have any. There was no other option left for my son Harm to save. Check this child. She does some ritual for him and he comes to know whatever issue is there with this child is related to his grandfather or great-grandfather. To talk about Haram Pak, she goes to meet him at his house where it seemed that these people were already several dozen, had completely shifted to America. Diet means this little child's grandfather paralyzed while her great-grandpa, that means great-grandfather, had died 100 years ago, whose grave is in Korea only. Pa also tells Rim that his family, with every big baby born in such an issue occurs, like my elder brother, he too is suffering from a similar illness. He died in food and now my son, everything is in front of you. After listening, reassures the empire that all is well, but he also helped other people. They will be needed. The issue is a bit big. You may have to go to Korea also. After the scene gets cut, this fan we meet a gum in Korea. The show is an expert. It was their job to die for finding a place for people to be buried. May their souls find rest and peace after. If you find them there, they won't have any problems. If the souls have any problem, then harasses their families like they still do. An old lady in the dreams of her family. She came and started harassing them, but Kim's, according to him, his issue was not actually grave. That old lady's grandson tore her teeth, due to which she was angry. On putting that old lady's teeth back, the problem is solved, after which let's see this very graveyard. Hare has come to meet me from the graveyard. Haram tells them about the cross, which he is a very rich businessman, but there is a very strange issue in his family. Every elder son born in his house remains ill and has all these problems, is connected to the land of Korea because their grandpa Haram is buried here in Korea. To solve their problem, Kim needed help, and as soon as I heard the name of Korea, Kim agrees and comes to the park the next day. Meets Kim because she needs her grandpa's Exhuma was to be done by Akuma, meaning, after opening a grave, they were buried there. Bury the person in another grave or shifting him to Kim for this work. All the information was needed and all this. Park was doing this for his son's treatment. Now take Kim to your grandpa's grave. Passes near which was built on the mountain. There was no cemetery around this grave. Many foxes were also roaming around, and this one, there was no good sign along with his grave. There was no name plate above. There was no park. Tells that his grandfather was a journal and that the grave was allotted to him by the army. Kim still couldn't understand what he said. Why is this place this place? It didn't seem that he had understood the issue. He is in this place, and this is what he says to Haram. He also discusses and tells Haram, there is a lot of evil here, a lot of devilish things, and I can sense these negative powers. I am also getting work from Kim. Haram here refused to do so because he felt that if they work, their lives may be in danger. Haram also gets upset after hearing this. Well, Kim and Park's harem again at night. A meeting takes place where Kim shares with both of them that his daughter will get married soon. This is going to be extremely emotional. After listening to it, goes and tells them that my son, and he is about to die. These words of his are Haram, and Kim made both of them emotional. So Haram decides that she will go to the park. Will definitely help and tells Kim that we dug up that grave and found her. You can perform a ritual that the caravan may get lost there and then you will lose all power. This idea should become easier for Kim also. That's why he also agreed to the omission. The emulation work starts the next day, in which there was also cross flower here because she was grandpa's daughter. His signature and his graves cannot be dug without permission. Rim. All the ritual items are found here. came in which there were 5 pigs also. Those 5 sacrifice for the people who dig these graves. We're going to dig a grave on one side. When the work starts, then on the other side, there is harm, evil, powerful fruits to destroy. Starts performing rituals in which many people were supporting him loudly. Harm, apna, drown with save songs from playing with sticks and sticks while dancing. While doing this, he even cut his mouth. Then she applies it to the pigs sitting nearby. She cuts bodies and drinks their blood. The drown ritual continued until Grandpa's bones were not taken out. After removing the bones from the grave, a snake with human head inside laborer's grave. Looks like that was a very wrong sign, and what's worse is that no one knows about it. Had killed him without saying so. The weather turns bad. Kim who Grandpa. The decision to burn the bones of Krimne. This work of theirs also stops. Although he wanted to do it quickly, because he believed that Grandpa's soul is attached to the bones which can be destroyed only when burnt. They may find solace because I saw a lot of negative things here. That's why Grandpa's house in Bass's village, to collect information about the tomb. After coming to know, they came to know that most people like that view Grandpa. Nothing is known about the grave, and if only a few people knew that his grave is full of people whose greed. A man who found out that Grandpa's grave has been excavated, opens the coffin, resulting in anger. Mad, Grandpa's soul was free in me, and this was the biggest and most dangerous thing that happened. Thank God Hani saw him now. There is hope that she can save everyone from this danger. To control Nappa's soul, he is the one. Starts doing rituals, but maybe this is happening because Grandpa's soul. She has also gone to her home America. We would go to where Pa's family lived. He would have killed his son and his wife, after which Pac spirit renovated the park. Had also started harassing, scaring. The park was very scared at that time. He gets a call from Kim. Kim calls him on the phone. Was explaining that Grandpa's soul should be free. She has killed your parents too, and now he's out to kill you. You must definitely stay away from him now. I was talking on the phone when suddenly the door opened. Even after asking, it starts getting boring. It turns out that Kim was there also on the phone. Bhi Kim and Kim at the door, Kim with the phone. Park tells you not to open the door at all. Only Grandpa's soul can open it. Yes, take care, I will come to you soon. But yes, you can open the window. According to Kim, that door is not there. Opens, but opens the window from where the soul comes inside, meaning all this desire is there. Grandpa's soul had started talking on the phone. Grandpa's soul was talking in the doors. Kim on the other side was the real Kim Jo Park. The person at the door was coming to save me, the real Kim. When we took the keys from the hotel staff and went to the park. When he goes inside the room, he sees that the soul was completely possessed. Grand Pac Kim of Hugh Park. He says that he is only behind his family. Why are they actually bigger when America and when the war started between the Japanese? Grandpa betrayed his own people, earned a lot of money by doing this, and because of that money, his entire family moved to America and settled in, but due to which he became rich. When did these people come and change their status? Didn't even ask to come to their graves. That's why he loves them so much. Now he was angry right in front of Kim's eyes. Kill the possessed Perk. While dying, Perk tells Kim that a big animal like a lion attacked a fox. What does this mean to Kim that the bone has been taken out? I didn't understand at all, but now, after hitting Grandpa's sour Park to kill his daughter and Park Key's son, Kim had set out to stop them. There was only one way to get it from Harem. Tell him to burn Grandpa's bones. But to burn the bones Grandpa, he needed permission from his daughter to immediately. Calls them and tells them. Grandpa's soul now goes to that little child. Going to kill whoever is at fault. No Grandpa, we have to save his life. Axeman's bones will have to be burned, instead of being buried in some other grave. To which Grandpa's daughter agrees. And Grandpa's bones are burned. This is how the bones burn. Grandpa, that the soul ends and they all get freedom, is found, but the story is Grandpa's soul. This story was not over yet. Grandpa's soul is a big twist. After Kim left, she met a man. Meet the one who dug Grandpa's grave. Had worked big on his dreams. The snakes with human heads were scaring him. That man says that snake will kill me. Let me ask me, when did all this happen? The man has been telling me ever since. That human head inside Grandpa's grave. I found a snake whose head I cut off. killed him to know the truth of the whole matter. Kim would go to Grandpa's grave again, where he also found that dead snake. Her head was like that of a female who was some are considered more evil devilish. Without thinking, when Kim took this grave, and if he opens too much then he will be buried under this grave. A standing coffin is found which on seeing, he calls Haram and all his companions here. Let's take that coffin out together. Could have figured it out, but till now these people, Grandpa could not understand why. This coffin is standing under the grave of. This coffin was sealed from all sides. It was now midnight. These people were in this. That's why they couldn't do anything with the coffin. These people kept this coffin in a nearby temple. Let's decide to keep this. Could also happen that there might be some evil spirit in this coffin. Hair mourn, and that's why it doesn't come out easily. She performs strange rituals with rice here, and after sealing that coffin, these people are here. Let's go away from all this mystery. Kim and Haram now go to kill to know the story. Grandpa's daughter has and asks why Grandpa's grave. Why was this big stone erected below? Grandpa replied that she is a traitor. How could he be? He wasn't Korean at all. He himself was Japanese. Confusion and more. It gets bigger and bigger than the Japanese. Why did people bury him here? We gathered and looked at Haram's assistant, who was being frightened by some strange thing. He overcame his fear by reciting some mantras, and to check the coffin, where as soon as he goes out he gets some 7th foot. The taller man appeared and a man was eating a human being. This whole scene, being afraid after seeing the loser, he would call out to the loser. It turns out that the harem is in your dream. Was taking some lessons from grandmother because his grandmother was a great woman of her time. She was shocked to hear her assistant's voice. She starts leaving from here, but grandmother holds his hand as if you may have seen some great danger, but then she also turns in defeat and goes out where the assistant was scared. These two together. Let's look at the coffin that was now open, and it was empty, meaning that Haram's assistant had seen a 7 feet tall man or a ghost, had come out of the coffin and was here in the coffin. There was also a helmet present which samurai or journalists people understand this. Let's say that whoever is in this coffin, he was a samurai, he was a soldier for so long. That journal also comes out of this room. Haram would see whoever came out of this coffin. Just hide, and the journal asks what? Is there any human in this room? Answer Haram no. She gives it and says that I belong to humans. I am a slave and a tree spirit, and then Janel's ghost asks him if I have food of my choice. Sorry loser. While asking, she answers him in the negative, and Tyne General knows that someone inside the role, the human being, is the only one before he attacks the harem. His assistant would have come and saved him, and also attacks the journal with a knife. But this attack has little difference on him. It clearly meant that the journal had not been read. Has turned into a very dangerous ghost, because now he has caught hold of the assistant and steps his hand on the stomach, and it hacks the body by ripping it apart. Earlier, now would this ghost cross the harem and come to his sister's place, and seeing this ghost, both of them woke up in the morning. It was completely spoiled because from today, they had never seen such a ghost before. A second passes and this ghost of a full bang is heard, which means it is morning. And thinking this, he became a ball of fire. Fly away from here. For now these people knew this much. Whatever this ghost is, it is here at night. Is in strength, but in the morning it loses its strength. Can't use powers, reveals RM's assistant, whom the ghost had torn it from the middle. The breathing was still going on. That is, it was completely. He was not dead, so he was admitted to the hospital. It is done, and now Kim goes there, at the grave where it all began, because closing it now would end this story. It was very important to do it here and around. Let's meet people and find out something, but especially these people don't know anything. It happens again that these people come to the hospital, where they come to know that the assistant has regained consciousness. Her eyes were strange, and seeing this Haram and Kim had come to know that she was possessed. The ghost of that big journal has taken it as its own. Had made them slaves and under his control. It turns out that the ghost of the journal, who is protecting something here. Harm's assistant told him about this thing. Doesn't tell me to find out all these things. Kim goes to the grave again. Want to know the answers to your questions by opening. What is there that is so important here? The demon was protecting them here. Only the ghost of a 7-foot tall journal is visible. By seeing this they come to know that this ghost may go anywhere at night or during the day. This ghost lives here. It's definitely the same thing. To protect which I don't know if Ekam would die while standing here. He said that he remembers one thing about the park. That the fox bit the spine of the tiger. The map of Korea has attacked like a tiger. Looks like a tiger or not. Korea now, the scene was that Korea should end. Lots of metal rods in the ground to do this were pressed, which were part of Japanese ritual. According to Korea's positive and negative. Destroy Korea by disturbing energy. Do the Goryans about any roads. Shamla found out and these people started removing the rods. Koreans called them grave thieves. But now he cannot dig a road out of the ground. Found because that road was taken by the Japanese in their general. Such a ritual was buried in the body of, through which a brave man died. After cutting the body of a metal rod is placed in it, as well as many human organs. This ritual is also used to complete this entire process. Body was used for, because the general was so brave after he died. Now she also protects this road with her soul. Journal which had become a ghost whose body. I had that metal rod in his coffin, that's why. Vertical was erected because Korea. All the other rods attached to it are also vertical. Now no one was standing there holding that rod or the journal. Couldn't find the body and crossed it. Grandpa's body was buried, because that was also a journal in clear words. When it is said that between Korea and Japanese, when the war was going on, people started chanting magic mantras. Even pressing the vinegar to defeat each other. As soon as these people tried all this, it may be too late by the time we get news of the incident. It was now night time and the lifting of the journal which had the metal rod inside it. It's been time for so many years and you are free from your coffin only because of Kim. Kim wanted to stop him, but this ghost starts possessing her. Kim Harem is here to save the blood on him. They also throw it, but with a little agony. Gets fine and angry with Harem itself. Goes to fight, but at this time Harem protects her grandmother's soul. Kim saw metal rod in Jenna's body. Wasn't according to the knowledge of his fan. The enemy was that ghost of the journal with the same blood. He was in agony, so without any mercy, he apply their blood on wood and staple the journal so that it. Journal die is the last rod that, in this land to destroy Korea. The rod that was inserted also comes out. Ends up meaning on one hand your biggest difficulty is to eliminate this ghost. Did and on the other hand also recognized Korea. Lia became Harem's assistant as soon as the ghost died. In his position he was also out of there. It turns out that all of these had now been completed. Thinking that these people were safe now, all four gives a sigh of relief at the end of the story. We are shown Kim's daughter's wedding, where Kim looked relaxed and a team in the form of Harem and his assistant. I was found showing these four. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.